Alright guys, TacticalRab back again today. Hope you're enjoying your day so far, and today I wanted to talk about Damon Karma Barlow. Pretty interesting what's happened to his career, of course, over these last couple of years, getting kicked off the OpTic gaming team way back in World War II, then coming back at the start of Black Ops 4, winning a championship at Las Vegas, then of course going into that Seattle Surge squad in Call of Duty Modern Warfare. That completely fell apart, then he retires from competitive play, but very recently we've seen him playing a lot of online tournaments, scrimming with some teams just for a bit of fun, and obviously doing pretty well on the streaming side as well. The question has been there, does he have the drive to compete again on the professional level? Does he have the drive to actually go through the scrims and the grind and what it takes to be a top tier professional player? Or does he want to go down the coaching route, and whether there were some coaching opportunities on the table, and some questions around if Karma was keen to become a coach for a certain team, why would you turn down that opportunity? But that may be what some teams have done here based on what Karma said yesterday. Intrigued to hear your thoughts on this in the comment section below. Like if you guys enjoy the video, subscribe if you are new. As always, I'd greatly appreciate it. It really helps out the channel. Thank you very much indeed for doing that. And well, firstly, this from Waskin: I cannot play in challenges this season. Every time I load up Twitter, we have a new hacker. There's a lot of hacking stuff going around lately, as I'm sure you guys are aware. Hopefully there's something coming that will get over this, but well, hopefully we do continue to see Waskin in the challenger side, because Scraps, his brother, is moving out to Dallas right now. So happy Christmas, people, a few days ago. Enjoying my last few days at home before flying out to Dallas, and the grind continues. So I imagine that is going to be where the Paris Legion are going to be based this season. Rumored to be, of course, Scraps, Fire, Classic, and Aqua is the squad as it stands right now. And I thought this is pretty funny as well. So Jake Lucky tweets out about this Crimsix and Scump stuff, and as Crow says, they dropped their beef before Paris Legion even announced their roster, by the way. So, well, maybe it's coming soon, maybe it's not. Who even knows at this point? But, well, I imagine they're going to have to do something in the coming days, at least when the new year does begin. So Karma tweets this out yesterday, and I thought it was very interesting indeed. I thought before 2021, I'd be doing something like the GOAT James Crowder, but I am not. Kind of pensive, sad looking face here on the timeline. And well, really interesting, right? Because Crowder, of course, is the coach for the Atlanta FaZe squad. Also do some content stuff. I think he streams like 6 hours a day pretty much every single day, or he's like 5 days a week or something like that. Then the other days he spends the rest of his time doing the coaching stuff for the Atlanta FaZe squad, and of course has had great success over there the last couple of years, coaching 100 Thieves during the Black Ops 4 season to great success, of course, and then this season on, well, last season on the Atlanta FaZe, won a couple of tournaments, and obviously they fell short at the big one, the World Championship, but now he's going to be coaching this squad, continues to do so with RCTs on this team, and maybe that will be the difference maker for them to actually take a step up here in Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War, which is obviously a scary factor that we talked about a couple of days ago. But Karma, of course, seems kind of keen to do a similar thing, right? Obviously he's been streaming, a former player just like Crowder. We'll look at a comparison of their careers in the past, both of course world champions. Crowder the world champion in Advanced Warfare, Karma the world champion in Black Ops 2, Ghosts, and Infinite Warfare, so a triple world champion, of course, the only player to do that 3 times on LAN. But he seems to have been hoping that he could emulate Crowder's, well, progression in a sense, going from being a professional player to then, I mean, Crowder was a few times on the desk as well, on the analyst desk, doing some casting stuff back in Black Ops 3 where he retired briefly. Then he actually came back as a player in World War II, won another championship, then retired again. So kind of a similar career trajectory, you could argue, of retiring in World War II as Karma did, and then coming back and winning a championship in Black Ops 4. Crowder did a similar thing, retiring in Black Ops 3, then coming back in World War II and winning a championship again, then going on to be a streamer very successfully, and then also coaching a team, and doing this kind of stuff. So I imagine Karma kind of looks at Crowder, sees what he has done these last couple of years, and thinking, okay, maybe I can do a similar thing. However, seems like he's very keen here to, well, have become a coach for a team, right? But, well, obviously that hasn't been the case, and teams maybe have said no for whatever reason, or, well, they're just waiting to see what happens going forwards. As Crowder says, I'm surprised you're not doing the same thing as well. Like, I'm surprised you're not a coach in the league on one of the other teams. Probably you'd be even better than me. Head up, though, you've got good things coming to you. All that success you have had is for a reason. Keep it coming, brother. So, yeah, certainly really interesting to see how this is going. And as Chrono CDL Intel said way back in October now, unlikely it was true, but someone told me Paris was chatting to Karma or was interested in Karma as a coach. And I'm sure Karma doesn't really want to take that opportunity if he has to take an opportunity at all. But someone like, you know, the Los Angeles Thieves, right, we talked about for a time. Some other teams, of course, in the league that might have been considering someone like Karma. The question really is Karma going to be the best fit for a coach, right? Because at the end of the day, we've heard some issues with Karma in the past, and Seattle Surge especially not exactly waking up on time, not exactly the most punctual player. And if you're not a great punctual player, you're probably not going to be the best fit for a coach, right? Given that you've got to be the guy getting there first, right? Turning up to scrims. And if Karma's turning up to scrims like 2 maps late every single day as a coach, then it's maybe not the best role. However, you could argue that he could be a great analyst for a team where he still obviously plays the game at a very high level, understands the game to a degree which not many other players in Call of Duty history do understand the game too. So it could be a great like analyst kind of supporting coach to a team. And plenty of teams do have a role like that, right? Where they do have like a main coach and then an analyst, right? You look at the Minnesota Rocker, they've got Brian Saint as their kind of head coach. Then they've got Reppin as their kind of analyst guy. London Royal Ravens as well. You've got Shane and then Dominate, I think. I mean, Toronto Ultra, you've got Marky B and Flux that kind of, well, share that role back and forth between being a head coach and being an analyst in terms of that. But there's plenty of teams that haven't gone down that route, right? You look at OpTic Chicago, they just have a head coach in Sender. You look at Los Angeles Thieves, they just have a head coach in JCap. So, I mean, JCap and Karma as a duo, who knows, that could have been a good thing. It's kind of, you know, to share the coaching and analyst responsibilities on that squad. But maybe these teams are yet to see if there is true value in that. But of course, if you do join an organization like Los Angeles Thieves or like OpTic Chicago, if you are Karma, you also get the benefits of, you know, streaming under them in this type of stuff. So I'm sure there would be some arrangements that work here, but it's not something that just happens as yet. This is Crowder's Twitch tracker, 1,210 rank in the world. I mean, he streams pretty much, obviously, like a lot of Warzone stuff as of late, but pretty much 6 hours every single day. That's his average stream. Streams pretty much 5 days a week, and pretty standard stuff. Like, he does this around being the coach for the Atlanta FaZe. And as you can see, Karma's got a very similar thing, pretty similar rank. Of course, his stream time these last couple of years has been a little bit more stable because Crowder's only got into it relatively recently, but still top 0.01% of Twitch can hardly be bad. And hours watched and followers gone up pretty significantly this year as well, all things considered. Obviously, he's done great things on the Challenger side and the Challengers Cups when he was streaming those a couple of weeks ago as well. And if we look at Crowder's career right here, we can see playing way back in Black Ops 2. And as I say, pretty similar career path, right? They go through Advanced Warfare, win the World Championship, of course, way back in 2015, retires from competing after the Stage 1 playoffs, becomes the coach of FaZe Clan, coaches that team for a season and a half to decent success really in Infinite Warfare. Then he comes back as a player on the starting lineup for FaZe, wins the Pro League Stage 1 playoffs right against OpTic in that crazy double best of 5 matchup you might remember. And then he kind of retires again at the start of Black Ops 4, becomes the coach for 100 Thieves, and takes them to success as well. So pretty cool to see what's happened with Crowder throughout his career. And I'm sure Karma's probably looking at his career and thinking, okay, look, I could probably do a similar thing here, playing for a number of years, winning, of course, way more championships than Crowder has. Forced into retirement effectively after the Seattle Open 2018, then came back to win a championship, then retires again, right? And the next step could be, if he's looking at Crowder, it's time to become a coach for a team. But well, it clearly seems like he wanted to. It seems like he was reaching out to teams to ask for the opportunity, but they did not seem to necessarily reciprocate, right? And two of the big ones, OpTic Chicago, meet the coach at Sender. This is way back in, 9th of December 2019 at this point. And certainly Sender's not going anywhere, and they seem to respect him over there, and he seems to do a pretty solid job. But at the same time, you got a guy like Karma waiting in the wings. It's possible that you could have the two together, especially given that other teams are also considering a similar thing. But so whether they see the value for money there, or even just seeing a Karma coming on as a streamer, right? Like when he retired, Hex was the first one to say, look, we want to bring him back into the family. And why that hasn't happened yet is an interesting question. Whether the delay is on one side or the other, I wonder if we will ever know. But as Los Angeles Thieves say as well, going 51-6 but losing because you spent 3 seconds in the hill. This, of course, is JCap, announced as their coach not too long ago as well. And with the league expanding to 16 teams next season, maybe that is when Karma comes back either as a player for one of those teams, that's not out of the question, but also potentially as a coach for one of those new organizations if we do get some new big organizations into the league. And it might not even be an OpTic Chicago or a Los Angeles Thieves or something to that effect. Intrigued to hear your thoughts on this in the comment section. Right, just to finish off with a couple of things earlier today, we did talk about, Seattle Surge struggling and having a bit of a difficult time in scrims. I thought I'd mention these just for your guys' awareness. Kind of got crushed here on Moscow and Crossroads. Seems like Crossroads actually is being scrimmed again though, which is pretty cool to see given that it seemed like it had been GA'd for a time, but now Crossroads seems to be back in the map set. So yeah, pros going a bit mental on this one. And yeah, just to finish off with this pretty entertaining stuff. And of course, we talked about earlier today, Crimsix and Scump kind of putting their beef to bed. Seems like Crimsix and Formal also might be doing a similar thing right here because, well, there's a pretty entertaining clip where they're talking about Saints Nato and, well, the fact that he's level 501. Intrigued to hear your thoughts in the comment section. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did enjoy it, I'd greatly appreciate a like on the video. Really helps out the usual algorithm to know you enjoyed this content. Other people like you may enjoy this content as well, and help grow the competitive Call of Duty community. Thank you for watching as always. Take care, and I will see you next time.
No, you're level 501?
Yeah, I'm a grinder.
What the fuck?
Oh, this guy's cheating. This guy's
everyone should probably report him.
Go for it.
I just did.
Dude, if we actually get Nato's account banned, I would fucking laugh. I already actually reported him for exploiting and boosting.
I'm reporting him too.
No, that's not right. That's not right. That's not right. Stop. That's not right.
Yo, imagine he gets banned mid-hit.
My bad,
Wait, Nato, you play stupid games, win stupid prizes, man.
Wait.
Alley dead. Frick. Another one Alley. Last guy, 1v1. You're better. Nice set.
I'm flooding.
Get to him fast. Get to him fast.
All dead. One more alley.
Alley,
Two alley.
No, two alley. I drop alley.
Yo, two small.
Watch your bricks, Seth. Watch your
Small
bricks.
weak alley. And one's back alley. Small weak. Nice. One more alley. Nice. Let's go. Prime. Let's go, Seth. You're nasty.